Okay? So we're called all these different type of things. They would never call us sons of God because that narrative is going to change. Oh, these are the sons of the Most High Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. That narrative is going to change. So the narrative, it's starting in the mind, man. What you're painting yourself is heavy, it's highly important. If you tell yourself if you talk with that vibration of talking and calling yourself a nigga, every other word is nigga this, nigga that, you know, then you're moving in a wicked vibration. You're moving in a vibration that's not going to elevate you. You're going to be full of ignorance because that's the words that you're speaking. The power of life and death is in the tongue. So you got to be careful what you say. All right, keeping it going. And that's why, furthermore, Esau is what? He's a serpent. He's a witch. Nakash. All right, he's a warlock. So warlocks, what do you see in Harry Potter? What do you see in all these different, they talk in the Latin. They talk in these different languages. They cast spells via their tongue. You know? So this dude has to cast spells via his tongue, going back to his laws. You know? He saw one spell breaking where Jake is waking up and they seeing that he's the devil, so he has to come down with great wrath, casting a more even vicious spell. What did Pharaoh do? All right, he went and got his magicians, the Chaldees, to go against Moses, and they what? They got took down. They couldn't mess with Yahweh. Nothing is new under the sun. The sorcery that this devil has cannot mess with us. It can't mess with the Father or the Son and his men, his messengers, his angels. All right? So we're straight in whatever situation we have to go through. We're ready for it. Just trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to get you through all of this, man. What? No enchantment can stand against Jacob, man. All right? So keeping it going. Verse 14, and deceiveth them. Well, let's talk about 13 a little bit more. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Atomic bomb, nuclear bomb. All right? Hydrogen bomb. Same, all in the same family. All right? What is it? Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? Got hit. Okay? He made fire come down from heaven. And furthermore, at this point in time, what is he doing? With them DEWs, direct energy weapons, coming from satellites, he's making fire rain down from heaven. He burnt up Chile. He burned up Hawaii. He burned up North Carolina. You know, the mountains, Asheville, right? So wherever he finds precious minerals, precious resources, right, he goes there and takes it. He's what? He's promised the dew of the earth. Okay? The fatness. So that's resources. So he goes for those resources. Now, what does he need those resources for? What you're seeing really behind the scenes is a resource race.
Right.
For RFID hips. That's why China wants to take Taiwan. All right? But they also need to produce all these missiles, these warheads. You need the resources. You need what? Enriched uranium. So that's what they're producing. What was Iran? What did America just stop Iran from trying to make? Which really they ain't stopping them. They still doing their thing. Enriched uranium. Okay? So they can make that, and once they get that, they can produce nuclear missiles because they can contain the fire that it takes, and transport that energy, which we know that's Yahweh's weapon. So transporting that energy to destroy whoever it needs to destroy. So you got to have certain materials to come together. All right? So that's what the race is about. So this devil, making fire come down from heaven. Hey, that DEW, he can do a lot of stuff with that. He can destroy you, but he needs more. He needs to be able to destroy entire civilizations. So he does that with nuclear weapons. Now, the funny thing is, Yahweh's going to turn everything that he does back on him. You jump in whenever you want to, bro. All right. Verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Rome what? Rome suffered civil war. Rome suffered, it was spread too thin.